Right, you might have seen this trending over on Twitter. There was a hilarious clip going around of Simu Liu basically claiming that boba tea owners were culturally appropriating boba tea. And so he wouldn't invest in a company. This is on some Dragon's Den reality show in Canada. This guy is single-handedly one of the worst people in Hollywood. Like, genuinely. I think people forgot just how much of a bitch this guy was after everything sort of died down over Shang-Chi. Because do you remember all this nonsense that he had coming out around Shang-Chi? It was just bizarre. He sort of laid low for a while, and now he's back, and people are like, this guy. This guy. So I thought we'd just have a good laugh, basically. Good laugh at Simu Liu's expense. It says this: Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings actor Simu Liu got roasted after he accused the owners of a boba bubble tea of cultural appropriation on the Canadian reality show Dragon's Den. So ironically, Liu, who acts as a potential investor on Canada's Dragon's Den, a program that was originally inspired by Japan's The Tigers of Money series, took issue with the owners of boba bubble tea and their assertion that they were disrupting the bubble tea market with their product. So after testing a number of the products that owners offered and sharing his reaction that he thought it was fine, Lee accused the owners of cultural appropriation. So he said, so he says this, look, but just to clarify as well, by the way, they source their boba from directly from Taiwan as well. I think it's Taiwan anyway. So he says, I'm concerned about this idea of disrupting or disturbing bubble tea because it's something that's very... And there's also an issue of cultural appropriation. There's an issue of taking something that's very distinctly Asian in its identity and quote-unquote making it better, which I have an issue with. I fucking hate this guy, honestly. This guy's such a dick. So after listening to their pitch, he said following, I'm studying your can and I'm looking for anything that tells me where boba came from. And where boba came from is Taiwan. You know, I started this venture company for a lot of reasons, but really, primarily, to uplift minority entrepreneurs. And not only do I feel like this is not happening here, but that I would be uplifting a business that is profiting off of something that feels so dear to my cultural heritage. I want to be a part of bringing boba to the masses, but not like this. Fucking, can you imagine the drama over boba bubble tea? So for that reason, I'm out. Despite Liu's accusation of a bidding war between the other members on the show ensued, and owners eventually chose Manjit Miners. So nevertheless, afterwards, Liu stated, it makes me sad how successful this business is. It makes me sad that they're drinking boba with a raccoon with sunglasses. After Miners pushed back, Liu retorted, there has to be a willingness to change, and I have to be able to invest in these founders, knowing that the change is possible. This guy's such a douche. I can't believe it. This is one of those things that you just hear and you're like, what is this real life? Like, what is going on? So watch this. Oh. No, actually, I can't play too much of it.
Taiwan, we speak with them.
So literally travels to Taiwan and speak with them. I can't show too much because it will get copyright claimed. I can't show it. Anyway, this guy's such a douche. Anyway, you heard it. They literally travel to Taiwan. They buy it from Taiwan. So Taiwan is profiting off of it as well. So after the episode aired, Simu doubled down on his accusation in a post to TikTok. He says, first and foremost, I want to say I think we hit on a really important discussion about cultural appropriation. We didn't, mate. What it is. How is something exploitative rather than paying homage and respect? When is that line crossed? And in that conversation, I've experienced a massive wave of positivity and support from every community. And I just think that's really incredible and I really appreciate that. Just shut up, honestly. You are single-handedly revealing just how retarded Hollywood is. On the flip side, I've been made aware that the business owners have received a lot of death threats and harassment. And otherwise just kind of bullying and dogpiling. What? Why? And I just want to say that full stop, it's never okay to make threats. It's never okay to bully and harass online. And I don't mean that the business owners don't deserve valid criticism. And I don't believe that you should not be vocal about your disagreement. But I think we can all agree, common sense. There's a line you don't and shouldn't cross. Mate. It's Bobba tea. What's wrong with you? Let's not cross that line, he says. Let's disagree with each other. Let's critique each other. Let's critique this idea of cultural appropriation. Let's talk about it. But what we're not going to do is threaten people's physical safety and make people feel unsafe and cause them trauma that, quite honestly, they don't deserve. And so then he says that their business was misguided. He says, was it misguided? I believe so. Were they a little ignorant? Absolutely. But those are all human things. This guy is such a douche. Anyway, he says, I truly do not care what you spend your money on. Buy boba or don't. Or buy bottled, mass-produced boba that feels weirdly appropriated. Or don't. It literally does not matter to me. All I ask is that you not empty your life savings into altcoins and NFTs. What a weird thing to say. Friend of the channel, Nina Infinity, pointed out, says, aren't you Chinese? Didn't you play a Korean dude in Kim's Convenience? Some, like you, might call that cultural appropriation. But hey, when it benefits you, who cares, right? That's amazing. And then someone else wrote, I'm Taiwanese, and I love to see non-Taiwanese take on an interest in our culture. I certainly won't cry about cultural appropriation. One thing I don't love, a Canadian Chinese actor trying to represent Taiwanese people. True story, mate. Friend of the channel, 300 Mirrors, says, you seem to care a whole lot in that video while you were embarrassing those people who were so proud of their product. Jesus. And then there's more, right? Following says this. This was not a learning opportunity to welcome. It was a celebrity using his influence to crush an up-and-coming business by claiming they were stealing his culture despite already working with a distributor in Taiwan, which, by the way, shouldn't even be necessary. It's just funny to see an Asian trying to guard what he perceives to be his culture, despite being completely westernized. If that's how he really feels, stop starring in Western media. Stop playing Korean roles whilst being Chinese. Stop speaking English, wearing Western clothes, etc. You don't get to keep culture to yourself whilst willingly partaking in and benefiting from someone else's culture. These people need to stop apologising to eternal victims, double down and tell them their feelings on the matter are irrelevant. They need to be firmly told no for once in their coddled lives. This is very true. I can't believe this. I'm genuinely just... it's so shocking. So shocking. As noted as well, after Simu's lecturing of the business, Minna's actually rescinded her offer to invest. She said in the company, after more reflection, due diligence and listening to many of your opinions, I will not be investing in boba tea. Why? And the company's issued an apology. Why? We're very sorry for our delayed response. We needed some time to do our due diligence and fully understand the gravity of the situation. There's nothing gravity about it. Shut up. First and foremost, we want to deeply apologise for the harm we've caused. There's no harm. There's literally no harm. There's no harm. There's no harm. You're paying someone in Taiwan. There's no harm. This is just... I'm not even going to read this out. I don't even want to. It's just pathetic. What is wrong with you? Simu Liu is just such a scumbag. I can't believe he's going to be in another Marvel movie. I hate this guy so much. He is single-handedly one of the worst individuals in Hollywood. Genuinely. Leave your thoughts down below. This article is linked down below. Cheers. Bye now.